Welcome to GameChanger 00100 channel. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell on your way in. Please wait while the host prepare the show.
Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. Okay, so this was sent to me by Ray Hamna. It's interesting, and I decided to do a little bit of digging, and D.L. Hughley had something to say that, yes, I agree with. But before we get into that, I'm going to do a little bit of the reaction to what he said, how it's received by, let's just call them locals. And then I'll give my take on their take on D.L. Hughley. So hit that like button. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. By the way, fair use. Fair use.
Recently, D.L. Hughley would share a video that shows Black men sitting down to have a talk with Black women to express how they feel about dating them. Some of the men would say that it can be difficult dealing with a Black woman and how it's easier to talk to some white women. The viral clip comes from 1 week after Eboni K Williams comments on how she would not date a bus driver, but someone who owns the bus. By the end of the week, the conversation dealing with relationships and preferences shifted to Black ownership, excellence, and mediocrity in the workplace. Commentary the bus.
Men and I talk to a white woman, they get mad. You want to think you're man?
Take a look at these women. Thank you. Thanks for telling me. Take a look at these women. All of them. I'm not going to point them out, but you know which ones are overweight. You know which ones think that a crutch is something that's made by Nestle. You all know that. You know which ones are like that. This is what they could muster. Ayala VanZant had the opportunity to say Black women aren't like that. There are quality Black women. And then she had the opportunity to go out and get some supermodels or some Instagram models. She could have had like a row full of like Kelly Stamp types. But this is what she got. This is the mating pool. And look at their face. You see, this expression, this look, this straight mouth, confused-eyed look that they have, it's what's called uninviting. It's unwelcome. If you have this look, you are not welcoming into anything. This is not the look of a Walmart greeter. If you go into Walmart and somebody looks like this, then you leave and go to Target. You can't say welcome to Walmart with expressions like this. I never worked for Walmart, but I'm pretty sure they tell you, like, oh no, you can't stand in front of the door saying welcome to Walmart and putting a yellow mark on the receipt if you look like this. Now back to their shape. Breathe it in, and let it out. That is their shape. And the hair. Needless to say that this dude's hair is longer than theirs. And that's a damn shame. All right, let's continue.
Man, I'm mad too. Black women talk about me. What about us Black men? We go through stuff too. We're tired of hearing the same thing of, oh, we're independent women. We're independent. I'm independent too. We have a lot in common. You have this imaginary wall.
Now let's take a look at the men. Each of them have spent more gym time than the female counterpart sitting here. None of them are grotesquely overweight. None of them have fake hair. One of these guys spent more time in the gym than all of these women combined last year. And this is something that's just apparent by the physical appearance. This is something that is blatantly apparent by the physical appearance. Why does Ayala have any hair?
Around you. I don't know who damaged you. And me being a black man, I have to suffer for what somebody did to you. That has nothing to do with me. I get that a lot from black women, that we're the enemy.
Don't cry. Don't cry over these chicks. The hell is wrong with you? And he's still seeking sympathy. Not from them, but for them. What do I mean by that? He's saying that somebody had to have done this to them. Somebody had to hurt. Nobody did anything to these women. They didn't do nothing. Like, oh, they're like that because they can and they enjoy it. See, brothers say that because they want to believe, oh, if I can get to the root of the uncle that touched them and beat him up, then she'll turn into a regular woman. No. They're like that because they enjoy being that way. And they know that at the end of the day, some dude is going to be crying and all they have to do is pretend to be regular when they're 40 and crap. All they have to do is pretend to be regular and say, oh, I'm sorry. It was because I had this babysitter, see, and she smoked rack, you see, and she used to make me hold it for her while she did it. And then she had people come in and pay her and made me throw away the condoms. Like, that's... They'll just tell you that story and say, yes, I'm just getting over trauma. No, there is no trauma. You're doing that because you can. And because so many brothers like this are stupid enough to fall for it. I don't know who hurt you, but it wasn't. I do not care. And so what if you did? So what if you did have that type of babysitter? That is not my problem. Go to a job and tell them about your childhood trauma and say that that's the reason that you are underperforming. And tell me how that worked for you. Tell me how that worked for you. Like, you didn't meet your quarterly quota or goals. And they're losing clients as a result of it. And then tell them some sob story about your childhood and see if they forgive you.
Me, we're liars, cheaters, we're dogs. Diary of a Mad Black Man. I have a journal I keep, and then when I show this side to women, they think it's a weakness. This is not a weakness, it's actually a strength. But then when I show this to you, to black women, you don't know how to receive it.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to being abused. It makes it hard for me to get to know this.
Now, obviously, this is a small...
Why was this man poking at that overweight woman's titties? Oh my God. It makes it hard for me to get to know this. If they're making it hard, then they don't want you to get to know it. If they are making it hard, they don't want you to get to know it. So don't. How bad do you need to get to know that?
Small clip from a larger episode, but from that clip, it's going viral and a lot of people are talking about it. So Pierre, I'm going to bring you in. What are your thoughts? What was your initial reaction after seeing it?
Well, it's funny. I looked at the comments. The homeboy was kind of got emotional about it. Understood if that's how he feels, but how people.
Life is horrible. Life is horrible to certain people and less horrible to other people. I repeat, life is horrible to certain people and less horrible to other people. GameChanger, what do you mean by that? Here, I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I am going to show all of you what I mean by that. All right, here, let me do this. Hit that like button. This is Bill Bellamy. Bill Bellamy starred in a movie called How to Be a Player. I think it was in the 90s or the very early 2000s. This is a recent picture of him. This is a past picture of him. This is a recent picture of him. This is a past picture of him. This is a recent picture of him. Now, in this movie, there were three other guys that played his close friends, his crew. One was the guy that played Sam's on Lean on Me, where Joe Clark was like, "You smoke whack, don't you? Don't smoke whack. Go on, boy, jump." So one was him. The other was the dude that played Ezell on The First Friday. May he rest in peace. And the other was a light-skinned dude. He is famous for playing Halle Berry's boyfriend in Baps and generally being a light-skinned dude. He is famous for being a light-skinned dude when being a light-skinned dude was not popular. And here he is. Roughly the same age as Bill Bellamy. But I don't know. It's Father Time. You must be his stepson. Father Time was like, so picture Father Time, right? And then at some point, probably like when he turned 30 something, Father Time and God said, "You are not the Father." And then Father Time took it out on him. Because you were supposed to be the same age as Bill Bellamy, dog. Just saying. Oh, somebody said because it's light skin. Somebody said hard living. Who knows? But, and he has the hat to cover his absence of hair, which is still present up top Bill Bellamy's head.
For clowning, just for showing his emotion. Oh, clown ass, goofy ass nigga, oh, cried ass nigga. Like, good Lord. I mean, good Lord, the brother poured out his heart, how he felt about the scenario, and look how he got dogged. That's why men hold stuff in a lot of times. But he's right though. Women have hijacked the whole thing of me, take care of me before I can help take care of you. But I don't blame women because it's been written forever. You heard of happy wife, happy life. A man find a wife, he find a good thing. Diamonds are a woman's best friend. What do men get? Dog is the man's best friend? Damn. And y'all get all that? So you already hijacked that. Y'all feel this, y'all already entitled to get me, take care of me. Not me take care of you, me. Now look, I didn't say every single woman, but just the whole frame of it is take care of me. Take care of me. I don't have to take care of you. You have to take care of me first. And then whatever's left over then, I'll take care of you. And that's how, that's how I think society looks at stuff. And it was built that way because men have more money, jobs, and all that kind of stuff.
I do not understand what he's talking about.
But emotionally, it's a thing that if you don't you take care of each other emotionally, it's going to have a wrecked, a wrecked relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, Manico, let me bring you in. Same thing for you. Once you saw this clip.
You see how she just dismissed him? You see how dismissive that was? Yeah. Yamanika, let me get to you. Wow.
Surface online. What was your reaction to it?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be turning that shit off right away. I'm not gonna listen to nothing that's spearheaded by Ayala VanZant. I don't understand where she came off being the woman that was telling women how to get a man. She don't have no man.
I agree.
And what I find hypocritical is that.
Now listen. You don't have to have a man to tell a woman how to get a man. You don't. Really, this is just something that they say when they don't like the advice that's given. That's it. That's all. But Ayala VanZant, she's all over the place with her message, as I talked about in previous videos.
These people constantly bring up how certain black women don't have men, but the woman that they now are holding up as their leader don't have no man. This is the same woman who also was dealing with a regular dude, and look what that got her. So, I mean, it just, when I talk about the hypocrisy, I hear what that brother's saying, right? He upset. Black women are upset too. Well, he has to also be, when he goes, who hurt you? Who do you think hurt her? Somebody that looked like you.
Nobody hurt her. See, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about brothers like that, the brother with the long hair. He's aware, but he's not red-pilled. And most black men fall into that category. They're aware that something is wrong, but they haven't found this particular space in YouTube or anything like that. Not that you need it, but he hasn't come to certain conclusions. Like they're like this because they can be like this and they want to be like this, not because a man made them. The whole thing is he's still of the mindset of, I gotta find a man, particularly a black man, to blame for this. This is somehow a black man's fault. That's why he says, who hurt you? What black man hurt you? And because she realizes that he's foolish enough to believe that, she's going to play into that. Yes, somebody hurt me, and it was somebody like you. So I want you to blame this invisible person on why I treat you like crap. I want you to blame whoever you think it is. I want you to blame somebody like you why I'm fat. Look at her. Look at her. She looked like an overfed ladybug. Look at this crap. She makes no efforts towards increasing her value to a mate. And she don't feel that she has to. And the reason why she don't feel like she has to, because men like him haven't found the red pill, or they haven't just stopped and said, listen, like I said in my song, I don't really care what you've been through. Nobody's gonna tell me what the fuck to do. But because she could still come with his sob story, crying like a baby and shaped like one, she'll find somebody foolish enough to fall for it. Somebody said she looked like Grimace from McDonald's.
Obviously, there's a pain that is coming from Black women that is being experienced from them having experiences with Black men.
Obviously, there's a pain. No, there isn't. No, there is. Prison is full of people talking about, obviously there's a pain that made me have to rob that bank. Obviously, it's not my fault. Obviously, I'm not doing this because I just want to do it or because I feel that there is a value in me doing it. Obviously, there's some type of pain. What kind of crap is that? That's not obvious. What if you're just a bitch? I mean, that part is obvious. You see, they want somebody to they want you to blame somebody else so you can forgive them. And the truth of the matter is, for me, and I hope for many of you, even if it is somebody else's fault, even if it is the result of something someone else did, don't care. I truly, truly, truly do not care. If you told me that your stepdaddy was a knife thrower and he made you put apples on top of your head while he tossed knives at you, I do not care. It's all about how you treat me now.
Men, whether it be their fathers, whether it be some men in their life, right? And then that becomes a representation. Again, the hypocrisy. I don't understand why he can't see where they would be hurt when it's okay for Black men to constantly say how they feel about Black women, and that's based on some representation that they had with some experience of Black women in their lives. Also,
exactly. But you see, here's the thing: we don't use that and then try to treat you like crap, and then expect for you to take being treated like crap because his ex or his mama mistreated him. See, we don't do that. Who's the Black guy that just be like, hey, my mama was fat, bitch, and then just smack the shit out of it? Like, who's the Black man that behaves that way? My mama didn't breastfeed me. Smack. My mama gave me generic baby food. Smack. My mama made me fight other babies while a bunch of adults was taking bets. Smack. Like, we don't do that. The ones who are saying stuff are really the ones who are saying more like, this is the way you are behaving right now. This is the way you fat chick in the red sitting there with a sign on your chest. This is the way you are behaving right now. This isn't about the last chick. This isn't about my mama, my auntie, my grandmama, my nieces. This is about the way you are behaving right now. They're not doing that. They're saying somebody else behaved this way, so I am justified in treating you that way. And you should not be mad at me for doing this. You should be mad at the person who I'm telling you, probably lying, that made me this way. You are a zombie. You are a damn zombie. Now, if a zombie could talk, a zombie would come up to me and say, hey, don't be mad at me. I didn't bite myself and turn into a zombie. Be mad at the person that bit me and made me a zombie. And now let me bite you. Like, wait, what? Listen, I sympathize with whatever situation you went through that made you a zombie, but I'm not going to let you bite me. You're a zombie and I'm a human. Control, Alt, delete. Delete, 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 delete. Hit the like button. Hit the like button now because you're not going to like what I'm about to tell you. I will delete each and every single one of you if you turn into a zombie, period. It's all about saving me. It's all about saving my brain from your mouth. Like, that is what it's about. I don't care about your plight. I don't care what happened to make you zombified.
So I'm tired of this narrative. This guy talking about, I can't help it that I play flute and walk on the beach and play piccolo with my toes and the violin. That's why I got the violin here. Play me a violin. There's too many women out.
That is not funny. That is not funny, and you look too old.
I hear that love a sensitive dude like that. All my girlfriends would love it. You play 20 instruments? Oh, you the Black Kenny G? We would love a man like that. Who?
We would love a man like that. See, here's the thing, and this is one thing that the long-haired brother got right. He don't count you as a woman. You're not considered a woman. Yes, this guy could play his flute and stuff like that. And yeah, some chick that looked like you. Like, me and my friends would love that. Oh, I don't count you. I don't count you. I'm not playing this flute for you. If I was a Pied Piper and my tune just attract a bunch of round-shaped chicks, then I will find another instrument. This isn't about you. When he says that, you know, the women, he's talking about younger, hotter, sexier, childless, not you. He is not talking about you. If somebody say, I get all the women, they're not talking about the big girls. They don't count as women.
Why are you not finding women who don't want a man like you have to be real about
He is. They're fat.
the narrative. As women, we know what women like, and a woman would love a man like that. Women do like men who are sensitive. We do like men who communicate.
What about what men like? And that's what's missing from these conversations. What about what men like? See, got into it with somebody, a group of people on Chantel's stream, right? Maybe like a week ago. Because somebody posted something, and it's supposed to be sage wisdom because it came from a pimp, right? And he was saying, like, don't go for the women that you want. Go for the women that want you. And that pretty much just sums up the modern Black community. It's not about what you want. It's not about what you want. It's about what the women want. So she's up here just you know, look at her tongue. Look at her tongue. Look, her tongue touches the top of her mouth. Always. And this is because of a fat tongue, for one. And also, it intensifies the pleasure of food intake when she does that. She's licking the roof of her mouth to get the leftover cake frosting that's at the top. And she's constantly talking about what we want. What about what women want? What about what this brother want? And I could tell you one thing, it's not your fat ass. And I know that there's a lot of pretend chubby chasers, you know, waddling around this space. And I say waddling not because they big, But because they do that, because they chase big girls, and you have to walk like they walk in order for it to be a fair chase. So I know listen, y'all lying. This is not what y'all want. This is what y'all settle for. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her earrings. She looks like a huge grenade. She looks like a huge brown grenade. Let me continue.
Those are the things that we ask about all the time. So you are going to miss me with these lies that all these black women want are thugs that are beating their ass night and day and don't have no decorum.
I think what he's really saying was that women have we're talking about black women now, so don't go with us. We're all talking about black women have a barrier in front of them. And yes, she might like that, but the barrier that man has to get through to get to the find out that a woman likes all that, sometimes it's too tough.
Once this dude is on the same stuff, talking about what the women want, the thing of the matter is, the general understanding is, and I think that this is the root of the frustration coming from black men, is that the average black woman is less eligible than the average black man. Yet she demands more than average from black men. See, the average, let's just say the median, right? If over 50% of the population is overweight, and over 50% of the population is overweight, then the median black woman is fat. Now, it's very difficult to judge the men that way. Well, the median black woman is obese. And that's because it goes off a body mass index, and a lot of men are muscle dudes. Like Terry Crews would show up as overweight on the BMI chart. But since it's not many women walking around with Terry Crews muscles and stuff like that, and it's a non-starter. The Hodge twins would show up as overweight in the BMI. So it's a non-starter on that one. But even with that, we're still lower than white men, and we're still lower, much, much, much lower than black women. Doesn't compare. And this is on the metrics of stuff that men want. I mean, it's way below what men want. And instead of working on that, we have brothers like this. God, you aged terribly, sir. Terrible. Just terrible. You aged terrible. And this is why. Because you have this philosophy. You got older. Why did God make you older? By having this philosophy. So when people look at you, they can assume that it's coming from wisdom. They will assume it's more wise than it is.
You know, you walk by and say, "How you doing, young lady?" Yeah. You're like, all right, or whatever the case may be. If it's that kind of energy, then men don't want to go through that wall. And that's what it is. So everybody misses out on stuff.
I think what black men have to also remember is that they also participate in creating the narrative that black women have about them. I can tell you right now in Harlem, I walk out here, I see so many black men out here with women who aren't black. It's crazy. Out here in Harlem, that's supposed to be like black zone. Okay. So yeah, a lot of my girlfriends and I do have conversations. We go, well, he look like he don't talk to black women.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. When they say you look like you don't talk to black women, what they really say, what they really mean, is that you don't talk to fat women. I repeat, when they hear you say, because I mess with black women, I don't mess with fat women. And so my friend's wife, right? She was asking what type of women I like when I became single, or something. It wasn't a direct question, but it came up in conversation, right? And I explained to her, I didn't bring up Kelly Stamps as an example. Maybe I should have, right? But no, I made it clear. And part of the things was I am not into big girls. I'm not. And I typically say that first because when women try to hook me up, they some of them see it as an opportunity to get rid of a big chick, especially, uh, well, yeah, especially black chicks. I do know white women have tried something like that, but that's rare. And that's because they don't have as many big friends. Anyway, I made that part clear. And then, she didn't have anybody. And then it was one chick who I seen who was like their son's aunt or something like that. It was a very loose relationship, right? Who was black, who wasn't big, right? I was like, hey, what's up with that? And she said, I already told her that you don't mess with black girls. I was like, why'd you tell her that? I do mess with black girls. You know that my ex was black. Why did you tell her that? She was like, well, you picky, you don't mess with big girls. That's what that means. When they say you don't mess with big girls, or when they say you look like you don't mess with black girls, it means you look like you don't mess with big girls, which is good. I want to look like that. I want to have that. If there was an expression that I could have on my face that looked like an Omega Q and that just read, I don't mess with big girls, I want that expression on my face. So now she's mad about all the men in Harlem. This is Harlem. How dare you get with a Dominican girl in Harlem? How dare you get with a white girl in Harlem? This is supposed to be Harlem. You're supposed to not get with us and try to figure out our trauma. Oh, and I'm fat.
Because black men have created this sort of narrative on, the type of brother that's going to be out here insulting black women. Listen, when we are out in the jungle of life.
Yes, they do know the brothers who are going to be out insulting black women. And you want to know that type? That type is men with standards. You see, when they see a man with standards for himself, about himself, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, they know he's going to insult those who don't meet that standards, black or otherwise. That's just how you roll when you have standards. Just like a car salesman know who not to sell the 85 Pinto to. When I see a brother like that, I know he's going to talk crap about this car. Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right. There is a certain look that certain people have that you can look and say, oh crap, this dude got standards. For example, let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. See if I can find it. Show y'all. Here we go. See if I get a better picture. All right. Let me just show y'all this right quick. Look at that guy, right? Look at that guy right there. You can look at him and tell that he do not drink wine out of a box. You can look at him and tell that he's the type of person that sips the wine and then, you know, washes his mouth with it like Listerine and spit it out and some crap like that. And then he could tell you like where the grapes was picked and crap like that. Like, you know, but you know better than to try to give him box wine. So you walking around with your box of wine, trying to figure out who looks like they is gonna eat that, or excuse me, drink that crap. That's what you are doing. You are trying to say, oh, he looks like he has standards. He looks like he seeks quality out of things. So you just write those guys off. Now, you say something to make yourself feel better. You say something to say like, oh, you know, it's because of race things, or he can't take my past trauma, or blah, 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 blah. So you look past that guy and you say, who do I give my box of wine to? And do you know who you wind up giving your box of wine to? I'm going to show you. There you go. He drink wine from a box. This is your lane. You are unhappy with your lane. And instead of for doing something like working out or having a tolerable, a general people personality, hit the like button. You decide to use manipulation tactics, hoping that men are stupid enough to put their penis in your fat. Look at your face. He looked like he don't mess with black women. No. We look like we don't mess with you. We look like we don't mess with you. He look like he don't mess with black women. All right. I'm gonna do this one more time. Then stop. All right. All right. So let's take a look. I look like I don't mess with that. I look like I wouldn't mess with that. I look like I wouldn't mess with that right there, huh? With that right there, huh? Yeah, I just look like I wouldn't mess with that, right? I got that look about me, like, you know, like you'd never see me walking down the street with her, right? I got that look. I look like I don't mess with black women. That's a black woman. I can't mess with that, right? 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 You look like you don't mess with black. Everybody look like. I bet you they say this about him, whoever this is. I don't know if that's her dude, her brother, or what have you. But I bet you if they seen him walking down the street, not looking like Pookie from New Jack City, they say he looked like he messed with white woman until they see this picture, and then they're like, oh well, yeah, but yeah, but she's something. She's kind of white. She's not ADOS or some crap like that. She's not an FBA, and she probably is. Who knows? I see some Ethiopian, but we all mess with black women. Listen, if a woman is fine enough, it don't matter. It don't matter. There is a skinhead right now that will mess with her. Nick Fuentes would mess with her. So miss me with all that. All right, back to the show. I take too long on the stuff.
We are supposed to know the people that are our praise or are dangerous to us. And I think Black women have done a very good job knowing who they can be vulnerable with and who they can't be vulnerable with, so that we protect some parts of our spirit, because there is no small group there's no small opportunities where Black women will present themselves to Black men and find themselves either being insulted, rejected, or abused.
So I want to read this comment and get you all's thoughts on it. Here's what a user had to say. This whole beef between Black men and women has been sensationalized by social media. It's silly at this point. Look around you in your own families and communities. Black folks are living with each other, married with children, creating families. People in general go through sugar honey iced tea, and this is not unique in the Black race. I have never seen a clip of white men and women generalizing each other. This is an agenda to separate the Black family. Ignore this BS and focus on your own lives and the person you are with. Pierre, I'm going to come to you, bring that question. What do you think? Do you think there is a real issue between Black men and Black women? Or do you think it's just something that's constantly being pushed into the media?
Can't both, God, this dude. Can't both things be true? Can't both things be true? Can't there be a real issue and it's something that's pushed through the media? Like a cop shoots somebody that's unarmed. Is this a real issue, or is it something that's pushed in the media? It's something that's pushed in the media because it's a real issue. Now, the magnitude of it, which is really what you mean to ask, is something that's up for debate. But the point is that far too few Black families are being formed. Far too few.
Well, I like what that guy said. You know, we should get past it, but we live in a real world here. We're real people. You know, it's easy to say, just forget about it. Forget about it. Is there a problem in men and women? Sure. It doesn't mean, just doesn't mean just Black people, but we're focusing on Black today. So before I hear everybody, white people, Mexicans, we ain't talking about that. We're talking about Black folks again. Is there? Yes. And it has been pushed, by social media or by television, by the media, period. I was surprised to find out recently that there are more Black men in the household, than white men. I guess percentage-wise. I saw a little clip of Oprah. I was like, wow, I didn't know that, because I wasn't fed. I see what I see around myself. I don't know every human being, every Black person in America, but it's not fake. It's just what it is. It's just, we do have like you said, social media is pushing it more than it needs to be pushed. And we need to not listen to everybody speak about how Black women and Black men don't get along. And let's uplift and show more Black positive images of people getting together like that. And I think that'll help fuel more and say, hey, look at that over there, man. Every sister ain't like that. Every man ain't like that. The negative.
You see her bobbling her head? See, this is what they want to do. They want you to ignore the problem. They want you to ignore the problem so you can feel that the problem is within you. Like, no, we shouldn't talk about it. We shouldn't talk about it. Just ignore that. They just talking. You know, like, no, it's a real problem.
Good way of saying every man ain't negative and every woman ain't negative. There are beautiful black families. Look at how when the Cosby Show popped up, it became a #1 show because people want to see that. We want to see that more than we want to see the negative. There's a section that want to see just negative images of black men and women. But I think if we propel and push and find solutions of how to make black couples come together or show more black couples in a positive light, I think it'll help.
Yeah. And we're going to talk on solutions. I do want to note, it was actually a lady that commented that under the post. So I do think that's important to know. But let me come to you, Yamanika. Same thing. I know you kind of, even touched on how it seems that people have pushed Ayana to the forefront, to be the voice. What are your thoughts? Do you think there is a real issue between black men and black women? Or do you think this is an agenda that's, being pushed more to the forefront just to, I guess, mess with people's emotions and trigger people's emotions?
It's not real. It's not real. This is just an agenda. It's not real. Everything is okay with black women and black men. Everything is perfect. Everyone is happy. It's not, see, it can't be pushed if it's not real. Well, it can be. But generally speaking, it's very difficult to push something that there isn't a slight truth to. Appreciate you. First super chat of the day. I haven't even. Oh, that's right. I got some announcements to make from the last one, so I'm gonna get my phone in a second. But appreciate you. Salty Balls said to the Everton Jones funds. Appreciate you. For those who don't know, that's a barbecue spot out here in the Bay, in the East Bay. So appreciate you. Actually, knew a dude who was related to the founders of Everton Jones. I rented a room from him way back in the day.
And expand that out.
I think it's we constantly in our community like to lay back on agendas and microaggressions and all of the things that are true, right? We know that there's been a dedicated effort to marginalize Black people, and we understand the things that we are going through in this country. However, we have to also be very proactive about how we navigate those things that we see as restrictions in our community. A lot of
that made no sense.
Black people live around other Black people, right? And we can see, it's not like the United States is not segregated in a lot of ways. Black people in Atlanta, you got Black people in Detroit, Chicago, so you will have a propensity to see a large group of Black people marrying, interacting in larger communities. But, you will still see those few brothers out there that are bringing in women of other communities into those communities, because a lot of times they can't live in the community that woman comes from. So we are more accepting than a lot of people when it comes to interracial relationships, while we are constantly being labeled as not being accepting. What I think Black men have to also remember.
What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You see, when you take away all the glitz and glam and all the bravado and hard talk and magic, Black girl magic, what's the other one? Black girl rocks, all the magic and rocks and stuff like that. When you take all that away, what do you have? Nothing. Nothing. At the end of the day, there is no power there. I mean, sure, you could lie to a cop or two. But no real power. If I want to bring Becky in front of your face. There ain't crap you could do about it. If I want to bring her into your beauty salon and have you watch as I pay for her to get her natural hair did, there is nothing you could do about it except watch as I do it and pay for your own damn weave. If I want to walk down your block, and by your block, your neighborhood, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, what I'm really talking about is the Black community, because it's full of single mothers. If I want to do that singing ebony and ivory goes together in perfect harmony, there is nothing you can do about it. Nothing at all. The reason why we don't is because we're being nice. If I wanted to walk down your neighborhood with a shirt that reads pepper, a black t-shirt that reads pepper with white writing, and she has a shirt that says salt, a white t-shirt with black writing that says salt, there is nothing you can do about it. We're forgiving. You're forgiving because you don't have a choice. You're forgiving because there's nothing you could do about it. Nothing! If I want to put my Becky into a hairstyle like this, and she walks up to you and say, "Hey sis, how you doing?" There is nothing you can do about it. So miss me with this whole, oh, we're tolerant. And look at her waist. That is a damn shame. That is a damn shame that y'all just allow yourselves to be outdone this way. And there's nothing you can do about it. We tolerant. No, you hate it. There's just nothing you could do with that hate.
Is when we look at the internet, and that's a large place where people get their information now, social media and communication. Black men have been the ones that have been on podcast tags and said things about Black women that have been disparaging. Those things have come out of their own mouths. So when the world at large, who may not have,
you want to know what comes out of your mouth? Nothing. It all stays in there. All of the Twinkie fillings, all of the burrito wrappings, all of the sandwich coverings, it all stays in there. Each and every single bit. You don't let anything leave your mouth. Like people just leave other stuff that's not the good part of things, like the first and the last slice of bread or the crust of a pizza. Nope, not you. That don't come out of your mouth. Once it goes in, it cannot come out. It's a black hole of calories.
access to Black people all the time, see Black people in the space where they do have access to them on social media, and you have a large group of Black men running around with hashtags talking about Black women, white women are better than Black women don't.
Talking about white women are better than Black women. Why would they say that white women are better than Black women? I mean, look at me. Look at my glasses. I mean, what's so special about them? Like, what's so great? What's so great does she have that I don't have? That she's doing doing that I'm not doing? Like, what is it?
Know how to be wives, black women are miscreants and all this other nonsense. I mean, that's what's represented. You can't blame white people for not going out there and doing the same thing. But white men just don't feel the need to constantly tear white women down. And I'm going to tell you, it is no easier on white men when it comes to white women, because white women are constantly holding white men accountable.
This is the whole white girl does it too argument. White girls do it too. They're constantly holding their men accountable. What do they need to be held accountable for? According to you, they're perfect. According to you, the divestors, the swirlers, what exactly are they being held accountable for? And it's really not about holding men accountable, which is a very weird way to look at a relationship. You look at a relationship between a man and a woman as a woman holding a man accountable. Like, what the hell? Imagine waking up to a bitch and she say, I'm holding you accountable. Well, accountable for what? Slavery. Like, wait, what? I'm holding you accountable. They just get off on holding men accountable. And they think it's okay because what? Listen, what the hell? It's just a stupid thing. Shut up and suck penis and lose some weight. No, I'm holding you accountable. Like, pardon me? They say the dumbest crap ever. Chronically. Like it's regular words. Cortez says she knows about the... Of course she knows about the white manosphere. Of course she understands that white men have pushback that's appropriate to Western women in general. Like they were the first to do mail order brides. So miss me with this garbage. This is a yo fat ass problem.
But you don't see white men responding
yes,
in kind
we
as
do.
black men respond to black women holding them accountable.
That's because you're fatter than white women. That's because you are obnoxiouser than white women. So we hold you more accountable because we're more pissed off. We're more disappointed at the mating pool.
Absolutely. Pierre, I thought I saw you wanting. Did you want to comment?
No.
Okay.
She said what she wanted to say. I ain't get no parts of that.
So,
they'll put it and they'll put it in the comments. They'll put it in the comments. I'm telling you. And this comes from my own personal experience. We know, it's again the hypocrisy of our community. It is crazy. You had Kevin Samuels running around here talking crazy about women. These men telling you they don't want a woman that's this weight. They don't want a woman that has these amount of children.
You damn right. And what do you take from that? We're telling you what we want. Are you going to give it to us? No. You're going to say that some invisible black man hurt you and we should tolerate your fat ass. Shout out to G Money. You think I'm stupid. You think I'm stupid. All right, so Salty Boss said, scroll of Gravitas 6, thine order of merchants for Lizzo worth of friend. What's that? Fried. fried flour fowl and barrel of wine from those lonely sisters vineyard. No, we're going to get into the vineyard. Oh, we're going to get into the vineyard. All thine weight, she hath the gravity to attract all the negativity she deserves. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, here's the thing. You want to be treated better than you deserve. That's it. That's all. You want to be treated better than you deserve. And you think that you could trick black men into doing that. But guess what? The penis stops here. The penis stops here. You will not be treated any better than you deserve. You do not deserve pretty privilege. You don't. You don't. It is a privilege set aside for pretty women. Not you. Not you. For pretty women. It's reserved for the Kelly Stamps of the world. It's reserved for the Rihannas of the world. It's reserved, and Chloe Bailey is letting herself go. It's reserved for Haley Bailey. It is reserved for the better women of the world. And now she's gonna say something about KS. KS is like, she's like, oh, he's telling men what weight to look for, and that's what they're really threatened by. That's what they're really threatened by. They really hate that black men are being told to have standards. They hate that. That's why they hated black men so much, because before, and y'all know the type, y'all know these dudes that be marrying these chitlin sisters and stuff like that, you know, in their 40s with kids and taking in step. You know this, you know the thing. You know the dudes who really didn't, who just thought that settling was all they had to do. You know, they felt like they had to settle, like that was their only option. KS said, no, you don't have to settle. He's 50, he was what, 53 or something like that, and single. Like, you don't have to settle. You can, you know, just work on yourself in the off season, be a better man, so you don't have to settle for a chick like this. And if chicks like this is all that there is, then go elsewhere. And they don't like that. Look at her face. It's vehemently. She's it's stringent. It's stringent. She's upset. She is stringent. This is just a regular, like, stop camera portion, and it's stringent. Why? Because she fears for the future of her vagina. Because all the simps that the generation before her raised for her might not be there. I mean, don't get me wrong. Simps are still going to find these biggins to marry and stuff like that, just so they can have somebody to die with. But there are far more overweight women on the simp list than there are simps. And it is a depreciating number of simps. And now she's getting nervous. She's getting nervous. Why? Because the simp line is too damn long. The number of brothers who are willing to tolerate fat, obnoxious bitches is slowly reducing. It's slowly reducing. And now she's like those people. What people am I talking about? Those people who's waiting for Section 8. The time and wait it takes to get on Section 8 is longer. Or excuse me, is shorter than the simp line. How do I know? Okay. For example, right? Eboni. What's her name? Eboni. You know the chick, the bus driver chick. Eboni K Williams, right? Eboni K Williams, broke up with that white dude, and they probably weren't even really together. He probably was just doing her a favor so she could get on Real Housewives of whatever the fuck. And they weren't actually together, because think about it, like, why wouldn't he quarantine with both her and his family? Oh, it's because they weren't actually together and favors only extend so far. So they broke up during COVID and they didn't get back together. If they were not together. And it's been 3 damn years. I don't know how long the Section 8 wait list is, but she's been waiting longer and continues to do so. So many of these chicks have been waiting for a long ass time for that simp.
That been in a relationship. They don't want women that are this age. And then one woman makes a comment that she doesn't want to be with a bus driver more because she wants someone that is on her social economic standing. And now everybody's acting like, oh, the poor bus driver. It ain't nothing but bus drivers out here being married to women. Black women love bus drivers and men who have government jobs and pensions and stuff.
Hold on. Young nigga, I need you to put that in about a hold it.
It's not, her definition of women is different than the man's definition of women. So on Avengers Endgame, right? On Avengers Endgame, they picked up Thor. They picked up Thor. Thor was like drifting in space, and they picked him up, and he's like this god literally, and he's muscular, and he's just and the chicks was like, ooh, and then dude, the lead guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, he was like, who is this dude? He said, shut up, he's not a dude. This is a man. That's the thing. He was saying that there's a difference between a dude and a man. Well, guess what? This is a woman. You're not a woman. This is a woman. This right here on the screen is a woman. Younger, hotter, sexier, and presumably childless. This is a woman. You're not a woman. So when you see thank you, Star-Lord. Exactly. So when you see a fat chick talking about, you see plenty of bus drivers with women. Your definition of women is different. You see them with women like you. Like you. But those aren't women. Those are fat women. That's different. They don't count. How many bus drivers do you see with women? Black women.
Don't lose that. Don't lose that, because when we come back, we're going to be joined by a live studio audience member who actually wants to ask you a question specifically about that, Manico. So we're going to cut the commercial break, and when we come back, Manico, we want to know your thoughts on Eboni K Williams.
Oh, and look at the commercials. Look at the commercials.
Fridays at 8 on Peachtree TV.
Why do you feel it's so important?
No, not this one. Hold on. No, actually, let's see what this one's about.
Some of Atlanta's best Black-owned businesses take center stage. Black
Foolishness.
Friday Report.
Okay.
Only on Atlanta's own Peachtree.
Black woman foolishness. Okay, let's continue. Look at this chick. Look at this chick. Get it? Got it? Good. All right. Let's play some more.
Of her wine. Thank you so much for joining us, Nicole. What's your question?
Thank you guys so much for having me. So my question is, as a Black woman, how do you feel about the Eboni K Williams situation with her saying that she's not dating a bus driver?
Thank you for that question, Nicole.
She just answered that question. She was just talking about that. She just was talking about Eboni K Williams, like right before the commercial. My question is, how do you feel about that? She just said it. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Somebody said she got a bootsy bonnet. Okay, here's what you got to understand about Black women in a bonnet. For those of you who watch on Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, and you understand that a Mandalorian, a true Mandalorian, the one that follows the way, is never seen without his or her helmet. A true sisterhood chick is never seen without her bonnet. This is the way. This is the way. In fact, every time they go home and they get into their conclave, they ask them, has anybody seen you without a bonnet? No. Okay, you are still part of the sisterhood. This is the way. This is the way. And then they do that like every 2 or 3 days or so. And then one day, they ask a sister, has anybody seen you without a bonnet? And she says, yes, I'm sorry. I have shamed myself. Like, wait, what? Yes, I've been seen without a bonnet. I was having sex with a man with standards, and he took my bonnet off and pulled my hair. And I wanted to grab the bonnet and put it back on, but it was too late. He seen me without a bonnet. I really love this man. What do? I have dishonored myself from not wearing a bonnet. And then the elder sisterhood chick says, you must bathe in the swamp of Mississippi in order to redeem you. I'm too damn funny. Okay, let me continue.
Cole, and might I add, how gorgeous you are. Wow,
how gorgeous you are. You don't see. Every time a sisterhood chick sees another sisterhood chick, they lick their clit. They publicly lick their clit. This is not a gorgeous woman. I repeat, this is not a gorgeous woman.
Absolutely stunning. What a beautiful sister. Who I blame is Ayala VanZant. I will continuously blame her for the situation because she was the one that posed that question out of nowhere.
It was a weird question
because she understood where the energy would be, and I'm proud of Eboni K Williams for responding honestly. What we have to be very aware of, and I think what men don't want to acknowledge, is that women, when you already have a group of men who are saying that they feel like they are being emasculated and usurped by women, they don't like the fact that Black women keep saying that they're independent. They tell Black women that it doesn't matter that they own homes. No man cares about that. No man cares about your wealth and all these things like that. You already are feeding into.
We don't care when she's unattractive. You see, it's a good thing if a woman owns a home or things like that, or if she has her own money, and these things could work to her favor, but it don't compensate for if she's fat and ugly as shit. It don't. Like, you think I give a damn if Kelly Stamps on her own home? You think I give a damn about that? I mean, it adds to it, but don't get it twisted. I'm attracted to her Kelly Stampery. Home or not. Let me show y'all what I mean. Let me show y'all what I mean, because y'all not hearing me. I'm gonna start getting another crush because I'm kind of like running this one to the ground. Oh, actually, did I send it to Bernard? I think I sent a picture of a chick to Bernard, so I don't have to use Kelly Stamps. But so let me see. Let me see if I can find that. All right, Bernard. Is this it? Yeah. Yeah. So this is so fine. This chick is so fine. Because I don't normally send chicks, but I had to send her to Bernard. I had to. I was like, damn, Bernard, you got to take a look at this, right? So let me see. Is it? Here we go. Got her off the Shade Room. I don't go on the internet looking at chicks, so y'all probably seen her on the Shade Room too. All right, so here we go. Now, who gives a damn about her education? I got my education. Who gives a damn about this chick's education? Who gives a damn if she's a homeowner? If she lived in the slums of the Dominican Republic in an apartment with no stove in it, would you give a shit? Who get no? It don't matter. When people say we don't care about their education, they're talking about her. I do not care. I do not care if she has a PhD or a GED, or she got D's on her report card right now. I do not care. If I ask her, what time is it? And she say something like, it's 1365, I do not care. Look at her. Look at her titties. Look at her booty. Look at her waist. Look at her face. Look at that. Like, oh, y'all saying that y'all don't care about our education and blah, blah, blah. That's because we don't. That's because we don't. We don't care if you have 10 stoves in your house. We don't care. We don't care when you look like shit. And you're not going to shame my penis for that. That's for damn sure. Let me speed this up because I only got like 30 minutes. Then I got to go. Oh, damn it. Wrong one. All right. Hold on. I knew something was wrong. All right. Is it this one? No, it's this one. All right. Here we go.
To a group of men who have some type of feeling about women when women have some level of success, and probably level of success that they feel like they themselves cannot reach. Now, why Eboni K Williams would put herself into a situation.
And by the way, no need to thumb up them. No need to thumb. I don't know who that chick was. Somebody say it's Bernice Burgos. I don't know who this is. I'm like, who this woman? I don't know. I don't care. There's no need to thumb up them. She's an attractive woman. Yes. What the fuck she need my thumb for? Notice how it wasn't thumbed up. Is there even a thumb button here? Notice it wasn't hearted. Rewind it. It's not hearted. Just because you see something, you just see it. What, you think they're gonna tell you to stop looking if you don't thumb it? There's no reason to thumb these bitches up and go to their head.
Where she would be in a relationship that would probably present some level of animosity or jealousy or inequity. I'm with her on that. A lot of times we have seen women who have been the breadwinners or the one that is making the most money or having financial gain in the relationship. And it is a constant conversation about how they can water themselves down or dumb themselves down to make their men feel important. And why deal with that? I mean, let's be real. There's nothing wrong with wanting a man who owns a bus company. And I disagree with DL Hughley. More likely than not, the person that owns the bus company is not going to be the person that used to drive the bus. We have to talk about the different skill sets that are out there. People who are business minded and have not that it can't happen, but most people who have a business mind and get into business and owning, that starts at a very specific place.
Okay. There's truth in what she's talking about, not when it comes to bus drivers. Like, the owner of a restaurant franchise didn't necessarily work in that restaurant or in a restaurant to begin with. However, bus drivers, because a person can work independently, they only need purchase a bus. Okay, a bus driver kind of works like a barbershop, right? If you buy a barbershop and then hire barbers to work in said shop, it's only a matter of time before they start their own shop and take your clientele. Same with bus drivers or a bus company. If you purchase a bus company and if you purchase a bus company and you hire bus drivers, it's only a matter of time before they buy their own bus, and then they take a group of your clients with them, and then the next person they're basically just saving up to do their own stuff. So certain businesses, like if you own a mechanic shop, there aren't few people who own a mechanic shop, an auto shop or what have you, that don't that is not a mechanic themselves and never has been a mechanic themselves. You are going to set yourself up for a rude awakening if you invest in something that you don't have a particular skill in. And once again, some businesses like restaurants, you can possibly do that. But if you invest in something that you don't have a particular skill in, and you think that the people who do have that skill is going to work for you forever, you are a middleman at that point, and they will cut out that middleman. The mechanic will open up his own shop and leave you mechanicless, and people will come to your shop like, hey, where did that guy go? He was my favorite mechanic. And you don't want to say he's up the street. You're gonna say, I'll look at the car, and then you look under the hood and say, oh yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what it is. Don't fool yourself. It works on that model, but that's neither here nor there, because she was saying that she would get with a bus driver if he owned the bus, meaning that she's talking about a person who both drives and does it, who both drives and owns it.
And there's a lot of certain networking that is involved in there. And there's some places that maybe somebody who is a bus driver might not have certain environments of networking. But I also...
Bus drivers have the perfect network. You're networked with people who need bus drivers. See, this is a delusion that a lot of Black women have. And this is why they get their degrees, because they think that that society is just divided evenly into tiers. And I'm gonna get to you, salty balls. that society is divided evenly into tiers, meaning that once you, because you, and this is why they get crap degrees, they feel like because I have a business management degree, I should manage those with the skills. Meaning that, okay, I have a degree in business management, therefore I'm the manager of a bunch of mechanics, not a senior mechanic who has been working this job for quite some time and can tell the, junior mechanics how to be mechanics. No, a person with a degree on how to manage just a general thing should do it. There's really nothing they could teach you in that regard that would be helpful in that regard. All right. So Salty Ball says, Bonnet 2-1. Let's see. Our spies have witnessed the demonic ritual. Thine witches bathe themselves in the waters of the rivers. Yeah, the Mississippi River. Absolutely. They were pinned in the bull ring, crowned with a bonnet, a what's that? Hymnful sonnet, and sung in allegiance to Brad. Yes. Yes, absolutely. It's a cult to them. In fact, it's only to Brad that they would remove their bonnet. Okay, bonnet 2.2 says this unholy ritual crystallized their hate for the upstanding brethren. Okay, we'll talk about that. That bonnet symbolized their baptism into the infinite rivers of pro-style gel and resin formed in the blonde mane of horses upon thy hair. Absolutely. Absolutely. And let's not forget the smell that comes with all that chemicals and crap. Okay, I'm going to speed this up.
Also disagree with him on terms of the skilled labor and how you should be with the bus driver because, that's one of the jobs that's not going to be taken away.
He didn't say that. Oh no, he did say he didn't say that you should be with a bus driver. He didn't say that part. He did say something about AI, and we're going to talk about that.
Way by AI. I mean, he's never heard of Tesla. There's a car out there driving itself. Do you not think they're going to get to a point where they're going to have a bus driving people around? Come on.
Hey, AI is the new cotton gin. It is a job killer, and yeah, anybody can get it.
There's machines out here doing surgeries. So, everybody is replaceable out here. We on a writer's strike because they trying to replace writers with AI. I mean, come on, everybody is replaceable. Let's not.
You're in a writer's strike. You are replaceable, and apparently you are being replaced. Like as we speak. So yeah, I think what DL Hughley is saying is that though Tesla has a single car that works under pristine circumstances, a bus driver is employed right now.
I take it there. But let's understand that, again, it is the hypocrisy of our community, the audacity of a Black woman to have a standard in herself, while Black men are okay with having standards about who they want, who they choose, and who they want to be with. We have to be very real about the hatred that our community has for Black women.
Here's the thing. I really believe people chose to pick what they hear from what that Eboni K Williams said.
I agree.
Okay, I never heard everything she said, the history of stuff she's talking about. We're talking about what she said yesterday, what she kind of came out. I think her thing was more about, I don't want to be with somebody who has a bus driving job and that's all they want to do, not to elevate. So if I get with him and he's like, I'm fine with being a bus driver, I ain't trying to be an owner, I ain't trying to do all that. She's saying, I don't want to be with that kind of guy because I'm a hustler and I move up.
Okay, you had me until you went into what you think she said. She didn't say that she was going to get with a guy who drives the bus with aspirations of owning said bus. He must own the bus at the time he gets with her.
Levels. That's what she didn't care about. It could be Gardner, it could be anybody. If you're cool with just where you're on elevate, there and drive a bus, you ain't gonna be no millionaire. I don't give a damn what y'all want to do. Driving a bus, not owning a bus. Because again, if you want to own it, do that. But if you just want to be a or a mechanic, that's all you want to do. Then she's like, I'm a level up every time. I keep leveling up. You don't want to level up. So I don't want to be with somebody who want to be stagnant at a job that they want. And there's nothing wrong with that. If I'm a person that moves up and you don't want to, everyone keeps saying, well, what about the bus driver becomes a millionaire and then owns the company? What happens? She's saying, if you don't do that, then I don't want to be with that. And there's nothing wrong with that to me. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you're not the type of person I am, a hustler and a skilled person that wants to move up in the job you have, that might not be the kind of person I want to be with. What kind of conversations can we really have at nightly? If you ain't trying to do much, but hey, I rode the 9 bus and I went run down the street and went up to Cleveland Avenue, was also drunk on the bus with me. And that's all you talking about? She's like, well, I got this business, I'm working on this, I'm trying to level up, and you don't have no other conversation. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to be with someone like that either. Now, if I have a
then you stupid. Then you stupid, and that's why your ass is old. Why are you so damn old? Like, you're the same age as Bill Bellamy, give or take, but you are old as hell. And the reason why is because you're stupid. Now I'm convinced stupid age better. He's talking about, I wouldn't want to be with somebody like that. I wouldn't want to be with somebody like that because blah, 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 blah. You know, we can't talk about the things that we you know, because I'm on completely different levels than that chick there. You're stupid. You're stupid. That's why you age that way. That's the curse of stupidity, is what it is. Ass clown. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you why you're stupid. Hope you're watching. And who the fuck you talking? You hold on. I'm gonna roast you some more in a little bit. I'm gonna roast you some more in a little bit. Since you want to talk shit, all right. So fine. It's about to happen. You that stupid. You that stupid to where if she was a bus driver, you like, we don't have nothing to talk about. I like to talk about how upwardly mobile I am and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You know, I want to talk about all that. I want to talk. Shut your stupid ass up. If you pass on this because she's driving a bus, you stupid. Why are you having the same desires and criteria that this chick has? You're stupid. Or why do you have the same desires and criteria that women have? You're stupid. Oh no, I want to get together with somebody so we could talk about how much money we made. You're stupid. You're stupid for passing this up because you feel that she's unsafe. You stupid. You dumbass you. You dumbass you. You ass dumb you. Dumbass! Now, I'm about to roast you some more. Since you want to talk shit, all right. This is your career. In the background is your career. 2 movies where you were the not leading men. Somebody said, I'm old too. You damn right. You damn right. But this nigga is cursed. He's cursed. Why the fuck does he look so old? Anyway. And you an actor. You supposed to like ward stuff like that off. Like, don't you like have to like moisturize your fucking elbows and shit every day just so you could try to maintain a youthful appearance so you could get work? But you look at your career. Look at your wall of accomplishments and shit like that. This is a little ass trophy. This is a little ass trophy that you got in the 4th grade Little League. That is your accomplishment. There is no Oscars. There is no Tonys. There is no Emmys. There's nothing up there. There's nothing on this shelf. There's this trophy here, you know, and then there's this clip thing here, and there's a clock. Like, and you have a poster of BAPS, which came out in like forever, like 1990, hella long ago. And How to Be a Player that came out in 1997. That is your fucking career, talking about leveling up. Talking about leveling up. What the fuck? You haven't leveled up in 26 fucking years. And you talking about, oh yeah, I want to get together with somebody and level up. You're stupid.
job that's a job that's like that, I'm cool with just that job and having my insurance, and every 2 weeks, every year I have a 2-week vacation, then me and a bus driver can be happy at that level. I think that's what was said, but people keep trying to twist it around to make it seem like she didn't want no bus driver who just because he's driving the bus. No, I think she wanted one because that's all he wants to do.
Yeah, and I think, as you know, and we talked about this yesterday, she clearly mentions they put out that clip because they knew it was going to start a conversation. That's exactly what it did. But Nicole, I want to thank you so much for joining us. I know you're a business owner of yourself, of Her Wine, so could you tell us a little bit about your business, and of course, how can people support you?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me on today. I am the proud owner of Her Wine. Her is actually an acronym, you guys. It stands for having evolved repeatedly. And so the idea there is that our evolution.
This is more dumb bitch shit. This is more dumb bitch shit. So basically, there's a bunch of goods and products out there, right? Whose sole market is the sisterhood. So it's really just sisters selling other sisters crap. Seeing who will buy it. Like, oh, this is her wine. Your only market is black women, and they only buy it like once to say that they supported a black female owned business. And they drink that shit once and again, but then they go back to the mimosas or whatever the crap they drink on a regular. That's it. This is my business. This is her wine. I came up to ask a question that was already answered, just so I can have camera time, just so I can say her wine, and I wear my bonnet to show that I'm part of the sisterhood. Anybody want to drink your damn wine? Nobody. They doing that to be nice. Your wine looks like it, tastes like it, smells like shit. Okay? Her wine is a whole different story. I don't even drink. But a man would rather drink her wine. All this bullshit. Somebody said more box wine. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, they just stay trying to get the people to buy cheap ass wine.
To Pierre's point, leveling up is not just based on one specific area of life. We're constantly leveling up, bossing up in multiple areas of our lives. And I wanted a wine that accompanies us on that journey. So you guys can follow us. We have
A wine that accompanies you on that journey to leveling up. That's just stupid talk. Yes, I'm on a journey to level up, and I have a box of her wine.
a lot of different flavors. If you like sweet, sparkling, I've got everything in between. You can follow us.
What the fuck is in between sweet and sparkling? I don't know. I don't drink wine. You got nothing. You got nothing.
Support by just following me online at It's Her Wine on all social media platforms.
Oh crap.
We're in store in Atlanta, so if you're here, yeah, that's interesting. That was really exciting. So if you guys are here in Atlanta, feel free to shout us out. Check us out at different stores. You can find us online at herwines.com.
Awesome. Now, we had a really fun conversation wrapping up yesterday. Being that you're a business owner, I have to ask, would you date?
No, she won't. No, she won't. No, she won't. No, she won't.
Pierre tried to get out of it yesterday, so you can't get out of it with it, Pierre. You got to answer the question. Would you date a bus driver?
You know what? I would not. I would not. And actually, because Pierre's exact point, it's not necessarily the job, it's the mindset, right? If you are okay with a certain type of lifestyle, there's nothing wrong with that, guys. As a business owner, we have that there are mindset that are just cool, nothing at all. for me personally, what I know.
There's nothing wrong with the lifestyle if the check is bigger than your her wine check. It's smart. But let's take a look at her wine. I'm curious about her wine. Shall we explore her wine? Oh, yes. Yes, we have to explore her wine. All right. Her wine. Now, whenever something starts off and mentions Black owned, they're asking for sympathy business. They're asking for business not by the quality of the product, but they're asking that you support them because they're Black. If you don't believe me, go to the neighborhood, go to your nearest Black community, and see where's the signs that says Asian owned. Look for the taquerias that says Mexican owned. See, they don't have to do that because the product sales stands on its own. A toast to me. Yep. Who is Her Wine? Her Wines is a boutique wine collection designed for women of today, inspired by all the women who are continuing to evolve into better versions of the. Oh my God, this is some sisterhood crap if I ever heard it. All right. Introducing Her Wine. We have all sorts of flavors, 4 of them. Okay. So for $18.69, you get a toast to me, rose. Does it taste like a flower? And for $16.99, you get a toast to me. Here's a $50 bottle. Let's see what this is about. Toast to every occasion. This is the same shit. Oh no, this is a bundle. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. Let's talk about this. It seems like she has 2 flavors. One is $18.69, and let's just round that off to $19. And the other one is $16.99. Let's just round it off to $17, right? Meaning that together, it's $36. But if you bundle them, you could pay an extra $14 and buy them together. Because, you know, I'm a businesswoman. And it makes sense when I'm a businesswoman. Yes, if you buy one for $19 and the other one for $16.99, or you could bundle them and get 2 for $50. I'm a businesswoman. Shop now. And it's labeled In My Feelings. All right. Enough of that. And this is why people are reluctant to support Black-owned business. It's always some type of stupid crap that you don't need or want, and that there's never really any market for. Like there wasn't a bunch of Black people looking for a different type of wine, and I'm pretty sure that there's nothing about your wine that said it. Like, think about it. Neither on the interview or on the website is she talking about, is the wine good? She's not selling the wine on its goodness. She's selling the wine on, it's a Black-owned, woman-owned business, and I have a bonnet, and this is something that sisters do. This is her wine. This is my wine. So it's our business. It's like, what does it taste like? This is a Black-owned wine. Yeah, okay. 2 for $50.
I know that he has to be someone that wants more, that's aspiring for more, and it comes with the mindset. Now, if I meet you and you're a bus driver, but you like, hey, babe, my goal is in the next 3 years, I'm buying this truck, I'm buying this bus, I'm doing this. Okay, cool, I'm gonna support that, and we're gonna ride it out. But if you're just like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm just chill, then it is what it is. I had a friend who was a mentor to me. She's married, successfully, super happy, and she told me, she said, Nicole, you have to understand that a woman as a boss can't marry an employee mindset. It just won't work. And so I had to take that. And understand that me as a boss mentality, the person that you marry, that person that you decide to be your partner, that's someone
Why is he ooh-weeing?
that is going to be a direct reflection of where you're going. That person has the most influence on where you're headed. So if you have a certain lifestyle that you're looking for, then, just make sure that you date appropriately, but have those authentic conversations. I think what Ebony was saying is absolutely correct. Know who you are, know what you like, and date who you want.
Can we give a round of applause for
What's her name again? What's your name again?
Nicole Anderson?
Nicole, I like what you said. Please don't read the comments this week, okay? They just haters. That's all they are. Just don't read the comments. Don't do that, girlfriend. Don't do that to yourself. Keep on leveling.
I'm a hater? You hate yourself by saying some crap like that. Most people work, including the people that buy your wine. You hate it on yourself.
Leveling up. Damn them people in the comments. Level up.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Nicole. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk all solutions. The question I'm going to pose to you, Monique and Pierre, is what do you think that we need to do to continue to see healthy relationships in our community? Stay tuned right after this commercial break.
Culture sounds like jumping the broom. Like dancing to Never Too Much with your groom, it sounds like the electric slide. Like so much food on your plate, it starts to curve on the side, it sounds like Boo Boo the Fool and McDonald's money. And what keeps all of this intact is the simple fact that my mama black.
And these are their sponsors. MyMamaBlack.com. MyMamaBlack.com is who this show is sponsored by. I'm going to go to MyMamaBlack.com while y'all listen to this.
Now, to say we're talking all solutions, Yamanika, I'm coming to you. Obviously there's a conversation that we see on social media. Personally, for me, I don't think there's one side to blame. I think that we need to do as community. So I'm going to pose that question to you. What do you think? What do you think we can do as a community to continue to see healthy relationships?
Well, I think the one thing you should note is that when Eboni K Williams made her stance on who she wanted to be with, the first response was, well, where your man at? Right? And that's really what women get a lot. We get that a lot. Well, you ain't got no man. Don't no man want you? Well, you ain't got no man. As if women not being able to find a man that meets their standard is a call for them to lower their standard. And I think that's what a lot of people in our community didn't realize that they were requesting. That you are saying that Black men don't have the ability to reach the standard.
Oh my God. Oh my God. They really love big upping themselves. I mean, they really, really, really love big upping themselves. Well, let's take a look at, because they're such entrepreneurs. So let's take a look at their most recent preneur, shall we? Apparently, My Mama Black is not really its own company. Rather, it is a subset of the Comedy Hype channel that we're watching now. And if you go to Comedy Hype, if you go to My Mama Black, it'll send you to here to shop at Comedy Hype. And you can get this $50 hoodie that says "My Mama Black" in peanut butter on grayish white, or you can get a $25 t-shirt. That's simple black and white letters that says "My Mama Black." But the creative thing is it has a capital L. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. The whole word is capital, but the L is underneath the A, which is black. And you have this woman here to model. Oh no, this is a different t-shirt. This is Comedy Hype t-shirt. It's like this is the only woman that they have worth looking at. So they have her model the stuff and host the show. But yeah, My Mama Black. For $25, you can have a t-shirt with the words "My Mama Black" on it. But hey, it's a black-owned business, right? I don't think Chappelle, well, maybe he did. Who knows? And this is her again, same chick with a "My Mama Black" t-shirt. Oh, or a hoodie. Ah, it's sold out. I don't think that they're keeping track of their inventory. All right. And that's that. So there you have it. There you have it. This is We Have the Most Businesses. It's always crap like this. It is always crap like this.
The requirements in our community. Let's, we're at a place where Black women have to provide for ourselves, have to take care of ourselves. Asking women to lower their standard to accommodate and be with the man is, I think, something that Black women are getting out of. And I look forward to that day when Black women stop lowering themselves, because I think we are not at a small deficit of Black women who do lower themselves. And who lower themselves or
lies. When do y'all ever see a Black woman date down in looks or income?
From their status or wherever they are to accommodate and be with someone who is not on their status, and then something goes wrong, then you villainize those women by saying they should have chose better. Right. It's the double standard for Black women. You can't grow from it, and you can't move from it because it's constantly something that we are expected to lower our standards. So I don't know what the solution would be other than Black women going to find places where they are accepted and are loved, which may not be in the Black community often.
So now she's talking swirl talk. But remember before, this was the same chick was like, I'm in Harlem and I look around and I see all these Black men with non-Black women in Harlem. It's in Harlem. You see the bullshit? Listen, find the non-Black guy that will even fuck you. And then talk to me.
Pierre, let me bring you in. What are your thoughts? What do you think we can do to see continue to see healthy relationships in the Black community?
One is to understand the difference between love and lust. Sometimes we go after stuff that we're not even in our realm, but we're lust after it. Also trying to meet people at the same level that you're on, and if you're not on that level, let's say you're higher up for some reason, financially, whatever it is, be with somebody who's willing to come up with you, who's willing to move up with you, and if you're not on that level, be willing to level up and learn how to level up to get with somebody, because people don't really like to be on different levels. It doesn't mean that if I'm a millionaire, you're not a millionaire, we can't coincide and go together. But if I'm a millionaire, you're not a millionaire, how do you help me continue to be a millionaire instead of dragging it from me? You know what I'm saying? And that's what some millionaires don't want to. Vice versa, women to men, men to women. Just help me continue to be successful. Even if you're not as successful, that'll help. But some people think they're on the same trajectory, or they're at the same level when they're really not on the same level. They're just not. They just feel like I'm who I am. I can have whatever I want. I should be whoever I want with. Well, if that other person doesn't really feel you that way, you can lust after them, and it can become something that's just a physical relationship. At the end, you'll get your feelings hurt because like I'm saying, if a woman messes with a ball player because he got money, or a man messes with a woman who got money, just want to be physically with them. After it all settles down, people find out what the nitty gritty is, and if you're not on that level or mindset to be on their level, then I would advise you not to try to get into that relationship because it's gonna be hurtful. You know what I'm saying? After a while, it's gonna be hurtful. So just look at where you're at in life, and then look at the person you like and see where they're at in life, and have a real relationship.
This dude is a fucking idiot. This dude is a fucking idiot. See, he tries to make it seem like he has a baller mentality, but really you got a broke nigga mentality. Because true ballers understand that it is lonely at the top, and it will be a forever journey if you are trying to look for women on your level. You think Jeff Bezos is looking for another chick that has as much money as him? You think billionaires are looking for female billionaires? That is so ridiculous. I don't have words for it. And especially since life is full of ups and downs. So if you base it on income, then you're destined to get with somebody who is going to be on the down. Like at some point, either your income or her income is going to go up or down, and then y'all won't be on the same level. Like, okay, y'all both working at Burger King at the same time. And then you get a promotion or she get a promotion, but y'all not on the same level anymore. It doesn't make any sense at all. But it's what the women want to hear. They want to hear that because they value a man's income, they want a man that values a woman based on income, not on looking like this. That's what they want to hear. And he's stupid enough to say it and possibly mean it. Oh, and then he said, stop confusing with lust. You see, when guys say stuff like that, what they really mean to say is look for the ugly bitch. Go after the ugly bitch. Don't search for the one you want the one that wants you. That's what they really mean to say.
Whatever, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty, you'll find out where you belong, what you don't belong.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. Definitely what you want. We've been a lot for chiming in on. So I appreciate both of you and Hope for joining us as well to add her value to this conversation. Now, yes, great job, and we'll definitely be supporting her wine. Before we head out, of course, I know I like to know what you have going on. So Pierre, I'm gonna actually kick it off to you to close us out. What do you have coming up? I love the art on your jacket. I
do have one, even though my sister Yana don't think I have one.
I think you have one. I know you have.
But it's on the outside of my chest.
That's your sister, huh? All these chicks are your. Oh God. Okay.
I ain't got one inside. I can take it off. Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to Charlotte, North Carolina, the Comedy Zone. I will be there June 7th. It's a Wednesday. It's a big show. I'm looking forward to it. I'm doing a one-man show. Just one. Going there and rock that house. I'm looking forward to it. I love Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you're in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, June 7th, a little more than.
All right. And that's you. That's you. Doing stand-up at Chitlin Shack's one-man show. You want to know why it's a one-man show? Because no other comic want to be next to your ass. No other comic want to be seen with you.
Less than a month now, I'll be in the place. This week we have a man just panic. On the room, I really get inside. It's very conversation. Both, like, how many times I was jealous of him, wondering how he keep getting this. So that's what he can catch me and social media. Keep saying it. I'm saying thank you so much. I'm watching you on how you're doing and stuff. So I appreciate the fans do that.
Yeah, Monique, I'll come over to you to close us out. Sweet. What do you have for us? How can people follow you?
Also, I 100% agree with Pierre today. We didn't have a chance for me to say that. I think he is right, women, and the underlying problem is, but Pierre is correct that.
Oh God, I'm always going to speak on behalf of Black women. Okay, bias much?
This really was blown out of proportion, and people were taking these shots personally when it wasn't that large of a deal. And I do agree with what Pierre says about status. On the same
In your family, they share your DNA.
security, all that other stuff. And strike. Speaking of jobs that can, be replaced, we are fighting things that we really need. So make no mistake.
So, like I was saying, careers are full of ups and downs. She's obviously in a down. Would she leave a guy, or should the guy leave her because, he's a bus driver and she's on strike?
Is I understand humanity in all industries, and how no matter what industry you're in, is no guarantee that you are going to continue to stay on top, have money. You can catch me at Yamanika.
Awesome. Well, as always, again, I appreciate you both so much, and thank you for chiming in on this topic. Again, thank you to our special guest, Nicole, for chiming in on this as well. But you heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts of D.L. Hughley sharing a clip on why some Black men struggle with dating Black women? For Comedy Hype News, I'm
All right. So enough of that foolishness. I went ahead and looked up Pierre Edwards. And like I suspected, he's not married. And he's 50, let's see, 56. And according to Wikipedia, he has never been married. And this isn't, because I've never been married, so this isn't me like thumping on him or anything like that for that reason. Most certainly not. But what I am going to say is that there's no future in your simping. There's no future in your simping. Like, don't go after lust. Go after love and compatibility, and someone who's on your same socioeconomic status, like you are. Because you have been going after that person for quite some time. So basically, when you say don't go after lust, you're basically saying don't have physical standards, is essentially what you're saying. Now, let's take a look at Bill Bellamy's situation. So, Bill Bellamy, who don't talk like that. Let's see. Okay, so he's been married to Christine Baker from 2001 until today. So he has been assumingly happily married for the last 22 years. Let's see what his wife looks like. A different woman with that same name comes up. Hold on. Here, I'll just type in Bill Bellamy wife. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Say it ain't so. Oh no, say it ain't so. Oh no, say it ain't so. I wasn't gonna put it on screen. Shout out to Jean-Luc Picard on screen. I wasn't gonna put it on screen, but I have to put it on screen now. Cause say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. All right, let's do this. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, say it ain't so. Oh, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. He don't want to be a player no more. He found a white woman to live his life for. Oh no, it ain't so. Oh gosh. Somebody said he's 2 years older, and look at him. Look at him and look at you. Look at him and look at you. This is just awful. So in 2001, he was just like, F that, I'm going to get me a Becky, a Rebecca. And you like, queen, oh my queen, my queen, my queen. And here you are, 22 years later. Yeah, sister, yeah, queen. We need to stop focusing on lust, and we need to start focusing on career. Ha! Joke is on you. Joke is on you, sir. Your belief system, your queen, oh my queen. There's no future in your simping, and there's no future in your loyalty to the community. There's no future in any of this crap that you are doing. None. You played yourself. Stick a quarter up your ass. You played yourself. Stick a joystick up your ass. You played yourself. You played yourself. Your loyalty yielded nothing. His disloyalty yielded him a family and the ability to age like a vampire while you age like almond milk. It is awful. It is awful. It is squeeze it, squash it, gamma, squish it, squeeze it, gamma. All right, enough of that. Why would I say that? Why would you think I say that Jamie Foxx? I mean, I hope he gets better, but nah, I wasn't going there. So, I mean, did he? Shit. Yeah, I just Googled him. Nothing like that came up. So, yeah, he was released from the hospital 3 hours ago. So, yeah. Yeah, don't darken my chat room with nothing like that. Anyway, it don't matter. It don't matter because oh yeah, Carlton Banks is doing well too. So is Dave Chappelle. Man, yeah, don't darken my chat room with no crap like that. Anyway, but yeah, so these dudes that are trying to go after this mythological creature, and then you walk around with no standards and talking about, I'm looking for somebody on my level when your level is one man shows in a chitlin circuit in North Carolina. That's your level. You are simple. You are simple. What you are doing is you are pandering to the black women that go to North Carolina comedy shows of just you. You know that you cannot your career is such shit that you cannot go outside of that. You cannot speak against them. Or else nobody would show up to your shit show. You're like a Derek Jackson, but less talented and a worser shape. That is you. Anyway, I got to read Cash Apps that was sent to me while I'm offline. So I'll be right back. Let me go get my phone. All right. Let me Cash Apps. Here we go. All right. I didn't get any new ones today, but that's okay. Appreciate the super chats. And so Marco Grande. So Marco Grande says, "For have you done Swingers yet?" I'm thinking he's talking about a movie for movie night, which was last night. The answer to that is no. But I appreciate you nonetheless. If you're listening, thanks a lot. Jamar, appreciate you. Eric, I appreciate you. Universal Use, I appreciate you. Oh, and One Master Teacher. No, that's not. I sent that to him. My mistake. So yeah, let's see. So Jamar says, for the perspective, appreciate you. Eric says, for please Google 4 million Mao BD Black Excellence. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do that because he did send a sizable super chat, but it was in reference to something that happened on a previous stream. So I'll definitely do that. And for Salute, this AM breakdown on point. Appreciate you, brother. That came from Universal. All right. And also Marco sent one when I was offline. And he was talking about basically the lifespan of the whole is not past 25. So I appreciate it from that. All right. So with that, and once again, I cannot stress it enough. You can live the Bill Bellamy life, or you can live the Pierre Edward life. And there's something else I want to show you about Pierre Edward. There's something else I want to show you about this man that came up when I was doing my research about him on this show. So give me a second while I bring that up, because I want y'all to close on this. I want y'all to see where this line of thinking leads you. Okay, so this is the IMDb from How to Be a Player, right? Man, it's sad that so many of these cast members passed. This is a fucking bitch. Yeah, Lark Voorhees, she had her day definitely, and she's still cool. She gets no love and respect from the Saved by the Bell crew. All right, you have this chick here, and then you have her, Pierre Edwards. No photo. There's no photo. This reminds me of Obsidian and Kevin Samuels. There's no photo. Your career is such shit that you don't have an IMDb photo. That is how unimportant you are. You know that nobody's ever going to see you and want to hire you. So you're like, okay, there's no need for a photo. Rest in peace, but he has a photo. Rest in peace, but he has a photo. Rest in peace, but he has a photo. All these people have photos. The ones who are not resting in peace have careers and stuff. Look at you. Look at you. No photo, no agent, no nothing like that. I mean, you're still in the entertainment business because you're doing stand-up in North Carolina. That's you. That's your life. That's what simping gets you. That is what simping is getting you. The people of How to Be a Player do not even want to be associated with your ass. So they hide it, so they hid the photo. Talking about on my level. This is GameChanger 00100. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over.